Alright guys, in this video I will be answering your most common questions about crypto scalping and crypto day trading. I have been posting a few videos now on YouTube, both about my strategies and also where I'm live trading. And I get tons of questions about the strategies and about my trading. So in this video, I will be answering to all of your most common questions. If you have any questions about my scalping strategies or my day trading strategies or about my live trading, you can just put your question in the comment section and I will reply to them. And I will address that question in the next Q&A video. Before we get started, keep in mind that what I'm doing when I'm trading is very risky. It's not for beginners. And this is not financial advice. It is not advice at all. What I will say in this video is just based on my personal experience and my preference when trading. So do your own research. Don't take my word for it. And you are always responsible for your own trading. So let's go into the questions right now. Alright, so I will just go through the questions one by one and I will try to go through as many questions as possible. So the first question is, why don't you go live when doing this? I think he means when I'm live trading. So the reason I'm not live streaming my trades is because the live streams will be very, very long. And I think it's not a good format to watch my trading because there would be hours of waiting and then waiting for my trade to close, etc. Because I'm not sitting in front of the computer all day. I have my alerts on and I just go to the computer when I get an alert from TradingView. So I don't think it's a good format right now. But if you have any ideas on how I can do this to make it more interesting, please let me know and I will consider it. But right now, this is the reason I'm not doing it. And also, I'm afraid that people will copy me. And if I have a bad day and they copy me, they will lose money. So that's also a reason. Because I don't have green days every day. Like I have some bad days as well sometimes. So the next question is, why do you click on post only? And I will show you here on Bybit. I use Bybit for day trading. So what he means is when I'm placing my target order with a limit order, I click here, close by limit, and then I check post only, this checkbox here. I don't really have to do this because it will be a limit order even if I don't do this. But if I accidentally type the wrong price, if I don't check post only, it could execute as a market order. But as long as I put the right price, the correct price here for my target, I will not have to use post only. But I do it just for security because sometimes I have been putting the wrong price in this field and accidentally closing my trade with a market order, and that's not good at all. So therefore I'm checking this one as a security. This post only feature will make sure it's a limit order. So even if you put in the wrong price, it will just cancel the order and you have to do it again. But if you don't use it, it will just execute the trade as a market order. The next question is it better to use last traded price or mark price for your stop loss? So I can show you here. If you put the stop loss here, you can choose last traded price, index price, or mark price. I always use last traded price because when my stop loss is hit, I want to be out of the trade as soon as possible. I could use mark price as well. Then it could trigger the stop loss a bit later, but I want to get out as soon as possible when the trade goes in the wrong direction because 95% of the times the trade will not turn around and be a win. So there's no reason for me to exit the trade later on. The next question is, can you explain how to use the calculator to set your target profit and your stop loss? And also, why do you prefer Bybit over other exchanges? Okay, so I will show you how I set my target profit and stop loss. So I'm in a trade right now just for testing with a small amount. And let's say that I want to have a stop loss at 0.4%, right? Then I go to TP/SL here. And I want to put my stop loss price in this field. So therefore I'm taking my entry price right here and I put it into my calculator and using times and then 0.996 because that will simply deduct 0.4% from the entry price. So I will simply have a stop loss at 0.4% if I take my entry price and times 0.996. And I think it would make more sense when I show the target profit. So let's do that now. But first I will just type in this stop loss price in the stop loss field. So 63,543.5. I'm rounding it to the closest 0.5. 63,543.5. And you can see that the stop loss came exactly at 0.4% as I wanted it to do. So for the target profit, let's say I want to target profit at 0.5%. So I will use the same technique here. I will use my entry price, 63,798. And just to show you how this works, if you want to set the target profit at plus 10%, you just simply type times 1.1. So that's an increase of 10% of the entry price. If you want to do 1%, you put times 1.1 0.01%. But I want 0.5%, so therefore I add an extra 0 and use 5 instead of 1. So now I will increase the entry price by 0.5%. So let's take that price into my target order, 64,116. I will round it up to 64,117, and I will use close by limit, 64,117, and check post only and confirm. And as you can see, the target profit will end up exactly at 0.5%. So this is how I do it, and it makes perfect sense to me. So this is the reason I'm using these numbers. Pretty simple and straightforward. And the next question here was, why do you prefer Bybit over other exchanges? Alright, so I prefer Bybit because of a few different reasons. First of all, the fees. When I'm scalping, I care a lot about the fees, and Bybit has the lowest fees as I have found. Maybe there are other smaller exchanges with lower fees, but compared to the other big exchanges, Bybit has the best fees, along with Femex and BitMEX, I think. But when I'm day trading and scalping, it's also very important that the user interface is very, very easy to use. And I think that Bybit has the smoothest user experience when placing trades. It is also a very, very stable platform. I never have problems with the platform. And they also have one of the best liquidities in their order books. And I never have problems with slippage and high spreads. And another big reason I trade on Bybit as well is that they have the best support out there. They have a very fast live chat. You just click here and you choose your language, and then you just type live chat in here, and you will be able to talk to a real person in just a few seconds or a few minutes only, and they will help you with whatever you need help with. And this is very rare. While other exchanges have very, very bad support, you have to email them and you will have to wait for a response for a few days or in some cases a few weeks. So that's also very big for me. I want to feel safe on the platform I'm trading on. So Bybit is the only exchange that has everything that I need: low fees, high liquidity, and fast servers, good user interface, and also very good customer support. The only thing I miss on Bybit that I hope they will implement very soon, I have sent this feedback to them. I think it's a bit time consuming to use an external calculator to calculate the stop loss price and the target profit price, especially when scalping. But I think it's worth it because everything else is so good with the platform, so I prefer to do this over using another platform with this feature. But I think they will implement this pretty soon. I hope so, at least, because they have this feature already, but the numbers is not for me. So they will just need to make a small adjustment here, and I would not have to use the calculator anymore. By the way, guys, if you also want to trade on Bybit, you can go to my video description down below and use my affiliate link here to create an account. You can also get the welcome bonus after your first deposit. But again, this is only for experienced traders because trading with leverage is super risky. The next question is, I'm trading your strategy on Bybit but only with 20x leverage. Any idea why the loss is so much bigger than the win compared to what your win rate calculator simulates? With $100 balance, the loss is always around 11 and wins only 9. So okay, I will have to explain this. I think I know why this happens. But first of all, I will just show you the win rate calculator if you don't know about it. This is a trading profit calculator that I made so that you can forecast your profits with your trading based on your account size, your win rate, your take profit, your stop loss, and your leverage, and also your exchange with the fees on your exchange. So you said that you usually lose 11 and win $9. So according to this simulator here, if you use my strategy and 20x leverage, you will win $9 and lose 12. So according to the simulator, you would actually lose more than you seem to be losing. But I think this might be due to the fees. You might use limit orders for your trade entries, and therefore the wins will be bigger than the losses, because with limit orders you are getting paid by Bybit when you use limit orders. So it might be that you use limit orders here all the way in my profit simulator, but in Bybit you might use market orders for your entry. That could be the reason. So try to use market order here, and you will see that the losses will be bigger in the simulator as well. And in Bybit, if you want to enter with the limit order, you have to make sure that you use this tab here, limit order, and also use post only, this checkbox here, to make sure it will be a limit order, because if you type the wrong price or a price above the current price, it might be executed as a market order. But if you check post only, you will force a limit order. And also, once you're in the trade, make sure to use close by limit. If you want to take your profit with a limit order, you have to use close by limit and check post only when you enter the order. Because if you use the built-in target profit field here, the take profit, this will be a market order. So that might also be the reason why your losses are bigger than expected. The next question is, you always mention that you read the order book. Can you make a video about this? Yes, I can. I actually have this in my content schedule, a video about the order book and how to use it for scalping. So that is coming up. The next question is, can you please upload this 5-minute scalp live trade every day, please? That would be great. I guess the question is if I can upload videos every day where I'm live scalping. And unfortunately, that would be a bit hard for me because my live trading videos take a lot of time to make, because first I have to record it for an entire day while I'm trading. And then I also have to edit the videos because there's a lot of downtime in the raw recordings. So I have to edit that out and I have to make the video more interesting because otherwise it will not get a lot of views. So at the moment, every day that would be a bit hard for me, but maybe in the future when I have more subscribers. So the next question is, I have joined Bybit with your referral ID, but I didn't get the bonus. So first of all, you have to use my specific link in my description, this link only, to get the welcome bonus. And you also have to make a first deposit before you can claim the bonus. And which bonus you get will depend on how much you deposit. Let's say that you deposit $1, you will not get $600 in bonus, obviously. The next question is, am I missing something, or when I lose a trade with a 0.4% stop loss, it costs more than I would give by winning a trade with a 0.5% take profit? Do you know? Yeah. I know. So even if your stop loss is smaller than your take profit, when trading with high leverage, the losses will always be bigger. And I can explain this real quick with the calculator here. So let's say you have $1,000 in your account and then you make a win. Let's say that you make a win at 50%, just to showcase this math. So then you have $1,500, right? Let's say that you now have $1,500 and you lose 50% of your account. Then you have $750. And let's say that you now have $750 and you make 50% again. Now you only have $1,125. And with leverage, this effect will be a lot bigger. Therefore, you need to have a high win rate when trading with leverage. Otherwise, your account will be eaten up. And even with my strategy, I can show you here in my profit simulator. This is my scalping strategy. So I take the profit at 0.5%, I have a stop loss at 0.4%, and I use a 50x leverage. So going down here in the profit simulator, you can see that the first win would be $22. Then I would lose $34. Then I would win 20, win 24, and lose 37. So the losses will be bigger. And this is included in my strategy, included in my plan. It might not feel good to have bigger losses, but with a win rate above 66%, which I usually have when I'm trading, I'm hovering around 66 to 85% when I'm trading. In that case, I will make money in the end. So as you can see here in the chart, the balance starts at the 100 and then slowly growing, slowly growing. And when I'm compounding all the wins and keeping the win rate high enough, the account balance will grow very fast. So yeah, losses will be bigger, but if you have a high win rate, it would be okay anyways. So the next question, is your 5-minute scalping strategy in the original video profitable alone? I mean, without using price action or whatever, just trading like a bot? Short answer is no. Like I am not trading this like a bot, and I can easily make a bot if I wanted to, but I feel like I need to take a human decision as well, looking at the market, looking at the higher time frames, and also looking at the order book and price action to make the final decision. So I'm using the strategy as a foundation, and then I use my experience on top of that as well. However, some of my followers are improving my strategy, and some other YouTubers are also improving my strategy and using them in a bot. So it's possible, but it needs some improvements in order to do this. However, I still prefer to trade manually based on this strategy. This works best for me, and maybe in the future I will make a bot. The next question is, do you offer a course? So I guess a trading course? No, I don't at the moment, because first of all, it takes a lot of time to make a course. And second, even if I'm a profitable trader, I'm not a perfect trader. So I don't think I am the best guy to teach trading, because I have a very specific style of trading and it might not be for everyone. I'm not the best trader out there. I'm just just good enough to be profitable, but maybe in the future. The next question is, why don't I have 50x leverage? I use Bybit. And my guess is that you either use spot trading in Bybit or you use derivatives trading on smaller coins, because not all coins have 50x leverage. For example, Shiba doesn't have 50x leverage. It's only have 25x leverage, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the bigger coins, they all have 50x leverage. The next question is, why don't you trade this strategy on a $100,000 account? Even making 1% would be $1,000. From your videos, it seems like your trading is a lot of work, but not that much in return. Alright, this is a very, very good question, and I will address it here. The first reason is that my style is using a small amount and converting it to a big amount by having a high win rate and using a good strategy. So this is the style I want to show on my YouTube channel. And if I start trading with very big amount of money, I think some of my followers will copy that style. And if they are not experienced enough, they could lose all of that money. And this is not what I want with this channel. I do not want people to lose money. So if I trade on my channel with very small amounts and people copy me, the worst thing that can happen is that they lose a small amount of money. So that's one of the reasons. And I also don't think it's wise to have $100,000 on your trading account, on a high leverage trading account, unless this is something you are willing to lose. And at the moment, I am not willing to lose $100,000. That's a lot of money, and I prefer to use higher leverage and risk smaller amount of money, because when I'm trading with $100, if I lose all of that money, I don't care. I could lose $100 20 times or even 50 times. I wouldn't care, but I don't want to lose $100,000. And having that much money in the market is always a risk. Even if you're a good trader, you can always lose the money. And the thing is that if you have a high win rate when day trading and scalping, you don't need to risk that much money to make a lot of money. So for me, there's no reason to even have that much money on my trading account. The next question is, in what time range do you play during the day? I think you mean trade. Is there any recommended time for crypto trading, like for example in Forex, London or US sessions? When is the highest liquidity and movements trading BTC USD pair? Alright, so I am in Europe, so I live in the same time zone as London, but I'm trading any time of the day. Sometimes I trade in the middle of the night, sometimes I trade during the day. It depends, and I think you have to read the market and look at the volume in the market the given time you trade. There is no specific time that you should look for, but on the weekends there's usually different liquidity and different patterns in the chart. So I usually trade a bit less on the weekends. Otherwise, you can trade crypto any time of the day. The next question is, how can you tell the order book is bullish or bearish? Alright, so I will make a video about this later on, but I can show you quickly here. Let's make it a bit bigger here. This is the order book with all the open orders, right? So here you have all the limit orders on the buy side, people wanting to buy Bitcoin. They are waiting for the buy limit orders to get filled, right? And on the other side, you have all the sell orders, all the sell limit orders waiting to get executed here. And what I'm doing, I'm looking at both of these sides and I look at how much money is in each of the side. For example, now there are $4.8 million on the buy side and only $10,000 on the sell side, and now it's changed. And I have spent a lot of time looking at the order book, and when the orders in the order book move in a certain way and you have a certain amount of volume, that can indicate that price will go in a certain direction, combined with when also the TA is showing the same thing. I also look at the recent trades here. These are all the trades that are executed recently, and I also look at this. If this is very slow, that tells me that there's not that much action in the market. But if these are moving really, really fast and a lot of buy orders are coming in at the same time as the order book is showing a lot of buy orders compared to the sell orders. If I also see a good opportunity in the chart with the strategy, with the MACDs here and the indicators that I use, then I use it as an extra confirmation to enter my trade. But I will make a separate video about this later on. Alright, the next question is, I was just wondering, why don't you use Binance since fees should be lower? Also because you'll find much more liquidity, which is key to scalp property. And since you leveraged X50, isn't it better to simply put your stop loss on a lower percentage, especially since you want to focus on win rates? Okay, so there are 3 questions in here. I will break them down. The first one is why I don't use Binance, since the fees should be lower. The fees are not lower on Binance actually. Let me show you here. Alright, so here are the fees for Binance. You have a market order fee at 0.04%, and on Bybit you have a market order fee at 0.075%. So yes, the market order fee is lower on Binance, but the limit fees on Binance you pay 0.02% for your limit order fee, and on Bybit you would actually get paid 0.025% when you place a limit order. So the total fee on Binance, if I enter with the market order and exit with the limit order, which I usually do, I would pay 0.06% in fees. And on Bybit, if I enter with the market order and exit with the limit order, I will pay only 0.05% in fees. So with my trading style, the fees on Bybit is actually lower, and I care about every single percent. But this is not the main reason I use Bybit over Binance. I simply like the user interface a lot more. It's a lot easier to scalp. It's way faster to place the orders, and I think Binance has too much features. And also the support for Binance, I don't like the support at all. It's very slow compared to Bybit. Here I can just click here, enter the chat, and I will talk to someone in real time after just a few seconds or a few minutes. And the other statement here was that the Binance has higher liquidity, and that is better for scalping. And yes, high liquidity is better for scalping. So Bybit has actually the lowest spread comparing to Binance, OKX, FTX, BitMEX, Huobi and Kraken. So this is also one of the reasons I prefer Bybit for scalping. The next question, or this is not a question actually, this is just a statement. I've lost so much with so many strategies over the last few months. Thanks for your information though, I'll give this a try. So I think this guy means that he lost a lot of money using other strategies than mine, and now he saw my strategy and want to give this a try. So before you do that, I would suggest that if you have lost money before in the market and now you found my strategy, I would suggest that you paper trade first. Do a lot of backtesting, paper trade. Paper trading is when you trade with fake money or just pretending to be trading in TradingView. Because it takes time to be a profitable scalper. Scalping with high leverage is very hard, and it takes time to learn that skill. And even if you find a good strategy, you will still need some experience to be able to execute the strategy in the correct way, and also to be able to keep the win rate high enough to be profitable. So if you already lost money, be super careful. Don't lose any more money in the market. Make sure you are profitable before you put more money into the market. So the next question is, does this work during a bear market? Presumably there is enough volatility then. Yes, and this is one of the main reasons I love scalping and day trading, because it doesn't matter if the price is going up or down or sideways. I can always trade Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum most of the days. There are some days I'm staying out of the market if it's going too much sideways, if there's too much volatility in the market, and if there's just chaos everywhere, then I might take 1 or 2 days off from the market, but otherwise I can trade almost any day. So yes, this works for me in the bear market, but it might not work for other people. I can only speak for myself, and in that case, yes, it works in the bear market. So the next question is, can't I use limit order for stop loss on Bybit? I mean, I can do that on Binance. Yes, you can do that on Bybit as well, and you can also do that on Binance, but I do not recommend to use limit orders for your stop loss, because let's say that you are in a long position on Bitcoin and you put the stop loss with the limit order and the price suddenly crashed down really hard. There is no guarantee that your stop loss will be triggered when you use a limit order for your stop loss. But when you use a market order, the stop loss will be executed right away. So limit orders for stop loss, I never do that. But technically it works on Bybit and on Binance. Can we use Bybit on TradingView? Yes, you can. You just go to the search field here and you type BTC USDT and you have Bybit here as the exchange. Can someone tell me how to change the MACD to 1 minute? This is a very common question, and if you use the MACD in Bybit, you will not be able to change the time frame. As you can see here, the settings for the MACD on Bybit, you only have these settings here. But when I'm trading, I have two tabs open. One tab with Bybit open and one tab with TradingView open. And it is in TradingView, I'm changing the time frame from 5 minutes to 1 minute. So in TradingView, you have a lot more settings for the indicators. In Bybit, there's only a lightweight version of TradingView. And I think no matter which exchange you use, you should always use TradingView for technical analysis, and you should use the exchange only to analyze the order book and to execute the trade. Next question. What is the biggest profit that you get? All right, this is a very good question, and I can show you here based on my profit simulator what that would be. Let's say that I trade with $100. I have 66% win rate. And I use my strategy here, my scalping strategy with the 50x leverage, and I make 200 trades, right? So I always cap my trading sizes to between $100,000 and $200,000 because of liquidity and other reasons. So let's say that my max position size would be $200,000. And the account will grow from $100 here, and based on this win rate, it will grow slowly and then it will grow faster and faster the more trades I make. And after a certain point, I will make $900 from each trade. So $900 from one single trade, one single scalp trade, that's the maximum amount I'm earning right now. And the losses will be $1,100 in this case. But keep in mind that I make a lot of these trades and the profits will add up over time if I can keep the win rate above 66%. The next question is, what is the calculator that you pop up? Is it from your exchange? No, this is actually the spotlight from my Mac computer. So I open the spotlight with the hotkey here and I can calculate my stop loss right here. But if you don't have Mac, you can use a regular calculator. You can just type in the entry price and do times 1.005, for example, and press enter, and there's your target price. The next question is, there hasn't been a crossover in a few days now. The 50 EMA gets very close to the 200 EMA, but it never crosses. Alright, so in my experience, the crossover on the 5-minute time frame happens quite often, but sometimes it might take a few days, and in these cases I just have patience and I just wait for the next crossover. Another very common question is what I mean by the average of the 1 minute MACD. So I use the MACD for entry signal in my scalping strategy, and in my strategy video I said that I enter on a MACD downtick that is bigger than average, and I get so many questions about this in the comment sections, and the short answer is there is no fixed number. This is just based how I read the MACD, and it will be different from time to time because the MACD downticks and upticks will be different in size every single day. So there is no fixed value. I just look at the previous downticks and upticks on the MACD, and I'm comparing it to the current downtick that I'm about to use for my entry, and I just make a manual decision if I think it's significantly bigger than the previous ones. So a pretty boring answer there. There is no fixed number. I'm sorry about that. You seem to just have to use your own decision. The best thing you can do is backtest. Go back a few days in the chart and see what kind of downticks has been given good trades in the past. Alright guys, if you also want to trade on Bybit, go to my video description down below and you can use my affiliate link here to create an account, and you can also get the welcome bonus after your first deposit. But again, this is only for experienced traders. Trading with leverage is very risky. Alright guys, if you want to see my trading strategy that I've been talking about in this video, click the video to the left. If you want to see me trading in the live market, click the video to the right. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Peace out.